Namaskar. This is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. To state the very obvious, India's banking and financial system today is infected with bad loans, NPAs as they are popularly called. It is not that India's bankers are a dumb lot or an incompetent lot who got fooled by some smart borrowers. The fact is that they willingly got fooled, if we may say so. What we are witnessing is a complete compromise of integrity across the board in the banking and financial sector on account of collusion, on account of corruption. And that is where bogus loans were willingly given by the bankers. A large portion of the big ticket loans in the banking system today are loans given by the public sector banks to cronies of the system. And these loans have gone bad in a big way. The reality is that with government owning public sector banks, the Neta and the Babu continues to meddle in the functioning of banks, and bankers are willingly forced and accepted by them to give loans in a large way to cronies of the system, to those who are favorites of the ruling party. In the business of banking, you need to conduct a deep due diligence or adequate appraisal of the proposal before any loan is sanctioned. This professional skepticism of the bankers, this due diligence to be conducted by the banker cannot be diluted, even in the case of viable projects. But when it comes to the cronies of the system, dilution of processes, dilution of integrity, dilution of professional skepticism takes place on an end-to-end basis. Right from the status of preparing bogus financial statements to the project report being prepared, to the appraisal, to the rating given to them, and finally to sanction of loans by the bank to these cronies of the system. It leads to the buildup of NPAs, obviously, because right from the beginning it was known that the project is not viable, and yet it was given. Since decades, we have been witnessing a vicious, dubious nexus in public sector banks between the Neta, the Babu, the banker, and the borrower. It has been an extremely fertile system because of which banks have been looted of lakhs of crores, and that, according to us, continues. In this well-laid criminal dubious nexus, it is the Neta who introduces his favorite, which is the crony, into the system. The Neta pushes his favorite into the banking system and facilitates loans to the crony for mutual gains of all who are in this nexus, which is the Neta, the Babu, the banker, and the borrower. The Prime Minister calls this kind of banking, these kind of loans given to cronies, as telephone banking, where a call is made by the Neta and the Babu to the banker with direct instructions that loans must be given to the crony who's being referred to them. And in this process, lakhs of crores of bank loans, public money has been lost. We saw that happening in the case of Reliance Communications. We saw it in Reliance Capital. We saw it in Jet Airways, in the entire Bhushan Group, ILFS, DHFL, Alok Industries, SL Group, and so many others. And all of them are big ticket loans running into thousands of crores. Because of this, the crony has benefited end to end from the banking system. The benefits started from unviable, unworthy, unjustified loans being given, and it ended with a default, where the crony has been given a kid glove treatment and a very lucrative settlement of his bad loan, as we have seen in so many cases, the latest one being Jet Airways. It is because of this criminal nexus, this vicious nexus, that India has witnessed numerous what we call fraud billionaires and many public sector banks getting bankrupt. This chain, where the crony was the biggest ultimate beneficiary, has looted our banks. India's chief economic advisor in a recent FICCI event took up this issue of lending to cronies by the bankers. He said that when loans are given to cronies, capital flow goes to the most undeserving persons, and because of that, the quality of lending by banks gets impaired and infected. He then says that because of loans given to cronies, unworthy, ineligible loans given, NPAs in the system have gone up. And because these cronies have managed to monopolize bank money in a large way, many other deserving borrowers have been deprived of much needed funds which they were eligible from the banking sector. He then mentions that it is in the tenure of the UPA government that the present NPA crisis got created. He advises the financial institutions to shun the cronies of the system and to focus on what he calls quality lending and quality advances. Because if that is done, he says, India will see build-up of infrastructure in a big way because money will not be misused. And it is time to do that because as the economy comes back to life, as the economy reflates, they need to satiate and satisfy the credit needs of the genuine eligible borrowers. He further says that bankers need not be worried. They need to lend in a very impartial, professional way. Some of their decisions which are honest may go bad. They need not be worried about it. And for saying that, he refers to an assurance of the Prime Minister on this account. But he says that where bankers have been delinquent, the government must ensure that their remuneration, the remuneration of senior bankers is clawed back, is taken back. And he particularly mentions senior bankers greening bad accounts and hiding them for years by giving fresh loans to repay an old bad loan. He says, in such cases, the remuneration of senior bankers must be taken back while assuring that honest decisions of lending which have gone bad are not going to be punished. The chief economic advisor finally puts the ball in the auditor's court. He says that the statutory auditors of banks are its first line of defense and it is their responsibility to detect these kind of fraudulent loans given particularly to cronies. According to him, with the aid of data analytics, the auditors can very easily detect these kind of violations. And so he says that it is the auditor's responsibility to detect loans given to cronies in a bogus and fraudulent manner. The fact of the matter, according to is that there is a larger picture in this entire episode of loans being given to cronies by banks in a reckless, frivolous, and fraudulent manner. The larger picture, according to us, first says that there is nothing new in what the chief economic advisor says. He gets no brownie points for saying that cronies must be shunned and they must not be given loans. It is a system which has patronized them. And it is so obvious that by stating this at a FICCI seminar, he doesn't really get brownie points from us. The fact is that the system has been looted by the cronies for decades and they were not the only beneficiaries. The Neta and the Babu also benefited in a big way and they are not being mentioned. According to us, while yes, it is in the UPA government's tenure that reckless lending took place in a big way, but crony patronizing has not stopped under the system even now. If during the UPA time, loans were frivolously given, at this time, the bad loans are also being frivolously settled with lucrative settlements being given to the cronies of the system. Take the recent settlement in the case of Jet Airways. In Jet Airways, the bankers are getting a pittance against an exposure of about 8,000 crores. What they are getting in a settlement over a 5-year period is just about 1,000 crores. The system is benefiting the crony again. So while in the UPA government, the beginning started, which is loans given to the cronies, in the present government, the cronies are now closing their defaulted bad accounts to the most lucrative settlements such that the money that they looted is certainly being retained by them in some way or the other. The chief economic advisor speaks about detection of these kind of lapses, these kind of frauds by the auditors, but he speaks nothing about stopping them. He speaks nothing about the nexus because of which these kind of frauds have taken place. The reality is that for every giant loan given to a crony which went bad, there was always a godfather sitting in the system. And the bigger the loan, the bigger was the godfather. If the loan was a giant size, you can expect that it was some senior minister, some senior Neta in Delhi, and some senior bureaucrat in Delhi, along with the senior most banker who was part of this nexus that we just discussed. Every bad loan experience says has had a godfather which facilitated such bogus proposals in the entire system. These godfathers have operated in a very faceless manner behind the scenes. They were the powerful ones. They operated without leaving any trace or any footprint or any evidence, letting it for the bankers to suffer and endure what took place thereafter, if at all, any action that took place. The need, according to us, is to stop the meddling by the Neta and the Babu in the system. Only then will the crony lending come to a halt. Prevention is certainly better than cure. Prevention is certainly better than the detection that the chief economic advisor likes to say. And unless prevention is not done, unless the Babu and the Neta are not restrained, you can expect crony lending taking place in some form or the other. It will continue. As we said, during the UPA tenure, large loans were given. During the present government, they are being settled in the most lucrative offers being given to these very delinquent borrowers who have been cronies of the system then. They continue to be cronies of the system even now. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.
The emerging backbone of India's economy are our startups. They represent India's youth. They represent India's aspirations. They represent India's hopes. They represent our fight against an insensitive bureaucracy, against an insensitive system. They represent the fight of our startup entrepreneurs against an indifferent system, against an insensitive banker, against challenges of dealing with the government, and against all the odds with which they started a startup. Every startup begins with a brilliant idea, a unique idea, an idea which nobody else thought of, and that becomes a business enterprise. We are starting our next episode series on what we call startup stories. It is our curiosity to know what was that idea, what was the motivation, what was the determination because of which one talented entrepreneur, without any background of business perhaps, decided to venture out on his own and create a successful enterprise. These are the ideas that motivate us also. If you have a startup story which is interesting, we would want to talk to you also. Come back to us with your own startup stories, and you might also be the person we would like to talk to.